Welcome back, traders. This is Sandra with Trading Made Simple, and today I'm going to show you how using an advanced option strategy can actually be beneficial as far as adjustments being made inside of a trade. So I know that most of us using calls and puts, but I did want to show you a different strategy that I used today and then adjusted when I saw that the market was falling apart. So when you go to your trade tab and you go under the spread, and you can see we're on a single for calls and puts, but this whole area down here with this drop down is different types of trading strategies, and basically they're just calls and puts that are put together in order to create a strategy that you can adjust along the way. Um, and so that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. So if you're liking the content, please like, subscribe, and share. I really do appreciate it. It gets the algorithms out there so other people can see the videos. And then also hit the notification button so you can get notified of my new videos, because you know I always have videos all the time. So I ended up buying an unbalanced butterfly, which is called a broken wing butterfly, also known. And when you do that, uh, the platform automatically creates that type of spread. And so then once you end up going into it, you can then adjust the wings of your broken wing butterfly. And so typically broken wing is a 1-3-2. You buy a call, you sell 3 calls, and then you buy 2. Or in this case, they were puts. So what does that look like on a trade tab? Well, this is the broken wing butterfly I got into. It was on Facebook, and I just felt like Facebook could maintain 325 or above. And the trade basically is I get a $45 credit for purchasing this strategy because the 3 puts that I sold actually generated more money than me buying the outside uh, 3 puts, 1 up here and then 2 down here. And so what that did though is that it just gives me the $45 credit if it stays 325 or above. If it moves down just a little bit, I lose a little bit of money, but not too much. And then when it goes down here, you can actually make about $270 if it moves down and expires in here, or you can close it out right beforehand and gain profit there. If the market ends up flushing like it did and it goes down here, then you lose the $205. So a relatively cheap trade, inexpensive trade, excuse me, but with a couple different outcomes, and it can be adjusted. So today, when I got into this trade, it was about 725, and then around right here is when a friend of mine, Brian, told me, the market looked like it was kind of stalling over here. And then not too long after, 15 minutes later, I got an alert that the New York Stock Exchange ticks had hit an extreme low of selling off at like 1100 negative ticks. And what is that is if you go to your trade tab and you put in a $ tick, T-I-C-K, that actually is the New York Stock Exchange internals letting you know uh, the bull and the bull and the bear, right? The fight that's going on. But whenever there's an extreme, and what I mean by that is a negative 1,000 uh, ticks or a positive 1,000 ticks, that can really kind of give you the breadth of what's happening. But that's an extreme level, and you can see how many times we hit that. Here's the 1,000 mark. You can see we hit that quite a bit there from 1140 on. And so I have an alert in the platform, and all you need to do, just like on any chart, is just right-click it, hit alert, and then put above 1100, 1,000 ticks, and then create another alert and say just at or below 1,000 ticks. And you can repeat that as it keeps happening. Just go into here and hit repeat. And then, so as I'm getting the alarms, I just immediately went and, bought a couple puts as a hedge. And, that's what the large institutions do to protect their portfolio. I didn't know how bad it was going to be, but thought, a couple puts could help offset any losses that I was incurring. Now, this butterfly at the time, I got a $45 credit. And at the time that this was happening, the bells were ringing. I was down $80. So not too much, but I wanted to take advantage of the situation. So what I did was the bullish part of this spread was me selling those 3 puts. That's a bullish part of the spread. So what I did is I just bought those 3 and I kept in my portfolio the 3 puts, and I bought back to close those 3 that I sold. So in doing so, I ended up paying $1,365 to close that leg of that broken wing butterfly. So got 45, paid out 1365. I also paid out for the 2 puts for SPY, 335 and 336. And then what I ended up doing was just basically writing down as the market was flushing and the alarms kept going off that it was a continuous 1100, etc. And so I ended up selling my 3 puts from Facebook off that butterfly. The first one I sold for 1,025, the second one at 615, and the third one at 675. So this $200 possible trade was thinking I was going to be guaranteed $45 for this little overnight trade. Ended up being a $995 profit trade. So that ended up being good just because I was able to adjust it. And then just by reacting quickly to it, right? Just looking at the market internals and then doing something about it, whether it be to protect your portfolio or your trades or to close them out. So I could have closed it for an $80 loss, right? And then over here, buying those 2 puts, I sold one at the end of the day for $784. And so that ended up being a $449 gain on that one SPY put. And then I have one that's still outstanding and active. And that's its value right now is at $540, so that's an unrealized gain of $204. Now I had 2 or 3 other vertical spreads that I did the same exact thing, which was basically get out of the bullish side of my trade and rode down the bearish part of it, and ended up closing those trades out as well for profit. So this is just a different way to look at different types of strategies that you can get into and how you can adjust them based on the market internals. Now that tick that I was telling you about, I'm going to include a label in the description below, and it looks like this label right here. And when it's negative, it'll turn red, and it'll also tell you how positive and how negative the ticks are. So regardless of what you're doing, if you're on a different chart and you have this label you'll be able to see what the market internals are and then maybe take advantage of those situations when you see them change. So I hope this was something that you can maybe learn in your repertoire, and hopefully it helps you make some money. Hopefully it makes you think about saving some money, and we'll see you in the next video. Hi, this is Sandra with Trading Made Simple, and I hope you liked today's video. My email address is in the description below. Email me if you have any questions on option strategies or training, Thinkorswim tools, or automation. We'll get you up and running in no time at all. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.